Good morning, Sac State. Good morning, University of Hawaii. So this video is to teach you exactly what to do for the project that we're doing in all three of my classes for humanities and for English and for inquiry for the week of February 9th through the 12th. So that's what this instructional video is for. Let's jump right into. Actually, let's do an overview of exactly what we're doing. So, the reason we have next week, we have open house at Franklin IB. And typically open house is where we come in and we're able to decorate the classroom and we're able to show our parents all of the cool things we're doing. It's kind of like the highlights reel of 6th grade. But this year's a little bit different. This year we do not have a classroom for parents to come and take a tour of. So I thought it would be a really cool opportunity, and Mr. Melendres thought it would be a really cool opportunity if you created your own personal highlights reel of 6th grade for your parents. So in order to do that, we are going to spend this week preparing and researching and digesting all of the things that we've done over the course of the year from January until February. Well, sounds like it's only a month. I'm sorry. From August until February. So we've been in school for a while. So I want, first of all, let's jump into where the assignment is located. Of course, all the time for the assignment location, we go to Google Classroom. And then we go to the Classwork section. So let's go there right now. We're going to start with first period. Even though this is all exactly the same, I'm going to use humanities to give us an example of, I'm going to use humanities for my modeling. So as we go into the classwork section, you can see right here, organizer for open house. Some of you have already turned it in and gotten it graded and have an A, which is fantastic. Some of you are just now getting started, and that's okay too, because we have plenty of time. So if you open right here, the organizer for the open house, well, mine is located right here. Yours is in, I think, the top right corner. It'll tell you exactly how to go through this. Let me just slide this and close that. It'll tell you exactly what to answer and how to respond. Now, the most important thing before we get started is you must race your responses. You cannot just write an answer. 3 is not how we respond to questions in the class, as in how many cookies would you like to eat? You would say, I would like 3 cookies because I am hungry and I love cookies. That is a race. Restating the question, answering, citing evidence, and explaining. So let's, and what this slideshow is, the purpose of this slideshow is you are going to go through and you're going to organize what you're going to say in your presentation, your highlights reel. And this is where we organize our ideas. We are going to race our ideas. We are going to complete this slideshow. We'll complete slideshows for every class. And then we will use those slideshows and the words that we typed up to put together a flip grid. This is our script for our video. Okay? So this week we're writing our script and getting everything together. And then next week on Tuesday, in every class, regardless of if you're with Mr. Melendres or Miss Brown, you will be recording your flip grids because they are due on Tuesday. And then we will be able to send the flip grids out to parents. Okay? So let's jump right in. On each slide, as you can see, the slides are blank because you need to look down at the bottom. And there's a section called Speaker's Notes, and I'm not sure if we're very familiar with it, so I want to highlight it. At the bottom of every slide are 3 little dots, and if you put your cursor on those dots, it turns into a hand. If you click and lift up, you can make the speaker notes as big as you'd like. So this is where you're going to find the directions for each slide. So let's look at this slide. So introduction. In this slide, you're going to write a very short script introducing yourself and the class. You need to race your introduction. The explanation part is probably going to be, what is this class about? Most people don't know what humanities stands for. Ironically, academia, so like schools, use a whole bunch of different words for the same class, right? So we're going to need to explain that. You're going to introduce yourself with your first and your last name, your grade, your school, and the class. This is going to be very similar in all three subjects. So this one will be humanities, and it'll explain humanities. On your English slide, you'll use the same introduction for your name, grade, and Franklin IB, but then you'll explain what is English class. Same thing for inquiry. You'll use the same name and grade, and then you'll use a description of what is inquiry. Okay? The next slide is what is one thing you learned in this class, and erase this. This is not a list of everything we learned. In class, we brainstormed a list of everything we learned, but this is not a brainstormed list. This is only one thing. You're going to choose one thing. Make sure you erase it. Tell us what it is. Explain it. Tell us where it comes from and what it's all about. The next slide, describe a memorable activity. Now, this is a concept learned. Slide number 3 is a topic, a concept that we learned, a fact, so to speak. Concept number 4 is an activity. So, for example, we just finished a field trip to Egypt. That is an example of an activity. And then slide number 5 is what is in your portfolio. I put air quotes around portfolio because we're not quite used to portfolios yet. But in order to get used to portfolios, we are going to do that. So let's talk about where to find our portfolio. Where to find your portfolio. We did this in class together, so this shouldn't be a big deal. But just in case it is, go to Google and type, actually, where's your portfolio? You know what? The easiest thing would be to go to your school Gmail. Trust me on this. You do need to go to your school Gmail, especially if you're on a computer that doesn't belong to the school, because you might be logged in on your overall account as one of your parents, which would mess you up. And then click on the 9-dot grid. The 9-dot grid, sometimes called the waffle, is located right next to your picture, right above my head on this screen when you go into Gmail. And then you will see a triangle that is blue and yellow. Click, and it is called Drive. When you go into Google Drive, that is where everything you've ever done for school is located. Everything you've ever done with your account, your school account, is located in that place. There's a folder called Classroom. I want you to click the folder called Classroom. When you click that folder, a whole bunch of folders pop open. Every single class that you have ever taken in Stockton has a folder in that Classroom. Classroom stands for Google Classroom. And if your teacher assigns it in Google Classroom, it goes into the folder. So what I want you to do is open, for this particular one, you're going to open the folder titled Period 1, because this is humanities. And once you open Period 1, that's your humanities portfolio. Everything you have done for humanities is in that portfolio. Same thing with English, same thing with inquiry, same thing with math, same thing with science. All you have to do is go into your Google Classroom folder and then choose the portfolio that you would like to highlight. So I need you to explain to your parents what is in your humanities portfolio and exactly what is our humanities portfolio. I'm going to finish the notes with click the correct Google Classroom folder. You do not need to write this in your slides. I'm just putting it here so that you can physically see it with your eyes. Sometimes we digest better when we read. And this is how we find our portfolio. I encourage you to peruse your portfolio. That means go through at your leisure and look at your cool stuff. I encourage you to go and find any portfolios that you might have from previous years. Remember how we always reflect back to see how much we've grown? This is another tool in your tool belt that you can have for the rest of your career to look back and see how you've grown. So now that we've explained exactly what our portfolio is, we move on to the next slide, and I want to know, what have you done that makes you proud? Choose an assignment, one activity that you are really proud of the work that you put into that assignment. You're going to choose one assignment for humanities, for the humanities slideshow. You'll choose an assignment for English for the English slideshow, and you'll choose an assignment for inquiry for the inquiry slideshow. And once you've chosen one assignment for each of those, you can complete this slide for your respective classes. Because remember, this is a video for all 3 classes. So right now, I'm currently in humanities class, period 1, which is humanities. So I would need to choose a humanities activity for here. And then I could, once this slideshow is done and I do my English slideshow, I'll choose an activity for one thing that I've done in English that makes me proud and put it in there. And then, after we've done what makes us proud, please explain to your parents why that particular assignment makes you proud. Remember, we're racing every single question. The last section is, what is our glow and our grow with distance learning? Now this is a special little slide because this slide is going to be the same in all 3 classes, because this is talking about distance learning, not about the particular subject matter. So what is one glow? One thing you are rocking at in distance learning, one thing you're doing really, really well. And then what is one grow? One area that you need to grow in distance learning. You can use the same glow and grow in all 3 of your classes for Miss Brown. Make sure you raise this. Make sure we write with complete sentences using correct appropriate frames. When you're done with this, we are spending all day Tuesday and Wednesday, and we're spending all day Thursday and most of Friday, all except last period when we're going to have a little party. We are working on this. We are editing this, and we are getting it together. I am Google stalking each of you throughout the day. So all you have to do is ask. I will put comments and suggestions on it if you need help. And if I write the word excellent as a comment, please do not resolve that, because that means that slide is done and taken care of. And that way, every time I go back to check you, I don't have to read that slide over and over again. I look for the excellent comment too, to know that I can skip that slide. Okay? If you have questions, you can come to tutoring. I will be tutoring today. Today is Wednesday. I'm not sure when you're going to watch this video. I will be tutoring Wednesday and Friday from 2:30 to 4. Okay? I hope this video helps. I hope you slow it down, rewind it, watch it again, and I will see you in class. Have a great day. Bye, guys.